Harp, you agree with that, or you think the Mets need more high-end pitching as some kind of insurance in case Jacob deGrom goes down again?
Yeah, I do. I think they need the high end. I would try to get two from the top tier. Rodon, I think, is a good gamble because, as Rex said, he's got so much high ceiling that the arm issues are a problem because even when he came back at the end of last year, his velocity was down a little bit. But I've said this before, I'm going all in for Scherzer. I don't know if he's willing to come to New York, but I would throw as much money in him to make him leave the Dodgers and leave LA, whatever he wants to do there. Because I think you talk about changing the culture, changing the perception of the Mets. Here's a guy that can do it because the intensity he brings to every start, the work ethic, everything else, I think that is something that this team needs. And I think you can kind of build a culture around a guy like that. So I think if you get him at the top of the rotation, you obviously get a top starter, but I think you get a guy that really changes the way things are done around the team, too.
Harp, I'm with you. I think we're kind of brainwashed because for so long the Mets wouldn't even have been in on a guy like Max Scherzer. But they need pitching. He's the best guy out there. They have a ton of money. Now, the only issue is, does Scherzer really want to come to the Mets if they gave him the most money? You know, that's the question mark. Is it about winning? Is it about geography? Whatever it may be.
You know he'll be in the South, and whether it's the money or not.
Well, then do it, because then there's no excuse. They need pitching. They have the money. Go all in to get Max Scherzer. For me, Reck, I'd rather do that than, for years, we've seen the Mets go with quantity over quality. I'd rather go all in. I worry about McGill, Peterson, have those guys fall out the rotation. Give me deGrom and Scherzer at the top of that rotation.
The only thing I'll say to that is, and you classified it as insurance for Jacob deGrom. Look, if Jacob deGrom isn't healthy for a majority of the season into the playoffs, this team's not going to win the World Series. I don't care who you bring in, even if it's Scherzer, because there are other question marks in that rotation. You can't count on them, and yet you're in a very similar place as in not getting anybody this offseason. So, look, you can get Scherzer, and that's great, but I think they still need the bodies, and that's where I think if you get like one type A and you get two of those type Bs, where I mentioned a Gray and a Duffy, even, you know, some of those other names, Alex Cobb, very similar to Stroman, lots of sinkers, great ground ball rate, older in age, not going to, you know, cost you a ton. That kind of stuff, that's what this team needs. They need bodies, and maybe a type A would be great.